Alright, right now we got man like Knucks with 3 Musketeers, Deezer Sessions, Paris, but I don't know what the hell this is. It might be like another platform like Daily, Dopey, Colours, you know what I'm saying? But this is my first time here around these sides, so let's see what I go on. You know what I mean?
Aye, who would've knew these two in my crew would've still been my Njies in school? I would've never have up and left if there wasn't a reason to.
Shout out to the fusion blood. Now this, bro, there's so many genres and sub-genres blood nowadays. We don't even know what's going on, fam. But I like this blood because the beat is kind of like hip-hoppy and Afro-beaty at the same time, blood. I like the little fusion that the little producers are doing. It's like everyone don't mind taking a little some of this and a little some of that, and you know, making something weird.
Northwest and west to the death, we was one for all and we all for one. And small dancing it all from young, but can never have saw what's coming. I first met Els in primary until year 5, thinking Slide didn't like me. Started yapping one time in line and from then we were tight like Siamese. TP come a little bit after, from the next school in West. We always deep tier a little bit smarter, we used to eyeball his tests, like bless. Then the bros got close, I left Alpha House, checking both.
Nah, them 808s with the drums is ridiculous though.
Mozart, roundabout where the term was over, mum loud me out but she said don't go far. Then we hit year 7 to the same school in Kenton. I couldn't tell you my favourite lesson cause all I done used attention. Did I mention that the tension was rising? Back in the ends we residing. Els, his family and Bridget were tied on. Guys from my ends didn't like him.
And why Knucks is so special, blood, is because literally, fam, every single rapper has their superpowers on what they're good at, fam. This guy, blood, his storytelling abilities is so effortless, and that's probably one of the most important things as a rapper. Like every single, if you think about the greatest of all time, they all can storytell at a very high level. And if that's your main capability and you can do it so effortlessly, blood, that's what make this guy so great, fam. You know what I'm saying, blood? Because you all know people like Nas, blood, your Eminems, all of them thing there, fam. You know what I'm saying? They're good at what they do because, you know what I'm saying, their main ability is the storytelling thing, fam. You know what I'm saying? Man like Biggie as well.
I'm getting bored and I ain't have a clue. Recording in avenues. Round that time got sent back to Njies, but we're still representing my crew. Who would've knew these two in my crew would've still been my Njies in school? I would've never have up and left if there wasn't a reason to. Northwest and west to the death, we was one for all and we all for one. And small dancing it all from young, but can never have saw what's coming. Remember when Broski first went OT and phoned me? He told me the Queen's in purple. Was always one to believe shit's verbal. He said, trust me, this tea's not herbal. Then the nerds that he worked for taught him to fry up a bird like the colonel. Who you calling a chicken? If all went to shit, I was picking the bird call. And no wonder they sent me away. We're like 11 alone in the terminal. Cold just trying to go home, it was hurtful. All I wanted was mum's embrace. When I came back, where I call home was a whole other place. That
if you really think about it, rappers literally be spitting in riddles and them thing, and you gotta decipher the whole thing.
Said I'll come home to my mates, but it was the life.
I'm sure you might know what a bird
for
is.
me. Now I'm stood with the open plate, looking for rice and peas. Doing up Wiley, where's my brother? Looking to find my G's. If T wasn't round, I was running with Els. Knuckles, Sonic and Tails, but things changed in summer 012. I caught game, he was flung in a cell. They had T sitting down for a robbery, probably the worst news then that could bother me. But the same year, Els' cousin, my other G, died in a crash, but imagine the fuckery. I couldn't even post RIP, cause some of my SK stars might see. Even though he made tunes in the studio, and he would say one bar like me. Who would've knew these two in my crew would've still been my G's in school? I would've never have up and left if there wasn't a reason to. Northwest and west to the death, we was one for all and we all for one. And small dancing it all from young, but can never have saw what's coming. Who would've knew these two in my crew would've still been my Njies in school? I would've never have up and left if there wasn't a reason to. Northwest and west to the death, we was one for all and we all for one. And small dancing it all from young, but can never have saw what's coming.
Nah, Knucks is special, man. Knucks is special, too special. Can't even lie. That's how you look at the camera when you know you've just absolutely massacred. Look at that, look at Afro fusion with the 808s and cold, man. You know what I mean? Man, I Knucks people. Man, I Knucks people. You know what I mean? You always come through and just go down a masterclass, man. I can't even lie to you, man. Everything about that is 10-10, fam. You know what I'm saying? I like Knucks' temperament always, but it's so controlled, fam. You know what I'm saying? But the beat was kind of like, gave it that kind of like hype kind of feeling, them thing there. Because man like Knucks was so mellow, but that the beat, it was kind of like the energetic part of the song, fam. You know what I'm saying? Because Knucks wasn't really energetic in his flow, so I like that, fam. Like I said, I don't know, when it comes to the Afro thing, fam, it always creates a vibe, fam. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, shout out to Audible Producky, fam. You absolutely did your thing, fam. That little fusion was absolutely cold, and he gave time for each part of the beat to shine in different parts of the song, fam. Sometimes you could hear the drilly kind of 808 side, and then at the end there you heard the little afro, you know what I'm saying, the culture, I don't know, clapping, drumming, whatever you want to call it, fam, you know what I'm saying. But hopefully you man enjoyed. It's your boy Njies, and I'm gone, fam, you know what I'm saying.